What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. MTG here with another episode. If you're new to the channel, hi there. So this is the Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. And when you look at the front, you can tell it's a more affordable, a more budget device. But when you look at the back, it has a good feel to it, and it kind of resembles the Galaxy S23, or it takes design cues from its older brother. But in today's video, I want to talk about this device and why you should buy it. So without further delay, let's dive right in. Okay, so reason number one is going to be the value that the Galaxy A14 5G offers. So for $199, so essentially $200, you get a 90 Hertz panel. That's pretty good, and it feels really snappy on this device. Now granted, it's an LCD, it's not an OLED display, and we all know Samsung displays are amazing with their OLEDs on their latest S23 devices, last year with the S22 series, on their Flip and their Fold. But using this to watch YouTube videos, which is the #1 type of content that I consume, it's been pretty good. And I'm not too nitpicky about the display. I notice it's LCD, but 90 Hertz does kind of make up for that because it has a faster refresh rate. I think the change or the difference from 60 to 90 rather than 90 to 120 is much more noticeable. So good job, Samsung, adding 90 Hertz to this, even though it is LCD. But I think those who are looking for a device at this price, they're not going to mind that the display is LCD and not OLED. And another thing with the value of this is the design. I think that this design is actually really good. Obviously, it's not built out of like stainless steel, aluminum, metal, whatever it is. It's not built out of premium materials, and also glass as well. It's a plastic phone, but that does mean it can potentially hold up a little longer. But what I love about this especially is this minimal design, especially on the back. As I did say in the beginning, this does look like the Galaxy S23 because the camera setup and just the shape of the phone. Obviously, when you look at the side, then you see the differences. This is actually a pretty thick device. You do get a headphone jack. So for those who are looking for a headphone jack, you get that with the Galaxy A14 5G. You also do get a pretty decent camera. Obviously not flagship level cameras, and that's normal. We're not going to be looking for the latest and greatest camera quality in a device like this, but it gets the job done. For reference, let's take a picture of this Ghost, and with the proper lighting, that's the key thing. With proper lighting, it does take some pretty decent photos. And also, if you haven't checked out Ghost, definitely be sure to check out Ghost. And Ghost, if you ever come across this video, let's collaborate sometime. But yeah, there's that. Pretty decent. As long as you give it the right amount of light, it's going to perform pretty good. This also has expandable storage. Now the onboard is 64 gigs of storage. And also 4 gigs of RAM, but you can expand. There is a micro SD card compatibility. So that's a plus. That's a feature that I kind of wish they bring back to flagship smartphones. I know the base flagship smartphones, some of them are 128 gigs, some of them are 256, but they don't have micro SD card support. So I hope they bring that back someday. I hope so. Now, the Galaxy A14 does rock the MediaTek Dimensity 700. Obviously, it's not the latest cutting-edge Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. It's not the snappiest, the fastest, but for this device, especially at this price for $199, it's going to get the job done. You're going to be looking at just calling and sending emails here and there, texting, opening up YouTube. Other than that, don't expect too much. I don't think you want to probably use this to edit videos or edit photos. Then you're going to notice it start to lag. You probably not have 100 tabs open or anything that's going to consume a little bit more power, because once you do, then you're going to start to see the processor as well with the 4 gigs of RAM start to struggle. That's just something I'm putting out there, but for this price tag, everything else that we do use as a daily, like calling and texting, emailing, watching YouTube videos, staying up to date on WhatsApp, whatever it is, it's going to perform all of those without any issue. But when we get into more apps that are more powerful, that require more tasks, then it's going to start to struggle. So do keep that in mind when picking up the Galaxy A14. Other than that, I absolutely like the value that Samsung puts in with Galaxy A14. And reason number 2 is going to be the battery life. With the Galaxy A14, we're getting a large 5,000 milliamp hour battery. That's the same battery capacity that we have on the Galaxy S23 Ultra. That's a pretty large battery. But for me, this has lasted like 2-3 days. It depends on obviously how I use it. The more I use it, the less it's going to last, and that's with every smartphone. But this has lasted me 2 days of using it and consuming media, like watching YouTube videos like this one. And it lasts longer because the MediaTek chip, it doesn't consume as much, it doesn't need as much power to get tasks done. So there is that. It's not going to be the fastest when you're charging it and doesn't have wireless charging, 15 watts of wired, but I think that's okay. I just plug this in when you're not using it throughout the evening and you're all set to go, or plug it in the morning when you're not going to use it and you're all set to go. 5,000 milliamp hour battery on this Galaxy A14 5G has held up really well. And I think with my past experience with other budget smartphones, battery has always been a great reason to pick up these types of smartphones because they've just always been so great. Past experience working at Best Buy as a mobile consultant, those customers that would come into the store using devices like the Galaxy A14 at the time, it was the Galaxy A51 and lower end smartphones, they wouldn't complain about the battery life. In fact, they would want to pick up a newer model because of how well the phone lasts. They don't need to charge it. They don't need to worry about charging the device. But when we go and pick up smartphones, like obviously the audience is going to change. I don't think someone who's looking for a Pixel 7 Pro is going to say, hey, instead of the Pixel 7 Pro, I'm gonna go pick up the Galaxy A14. No, you have to know what you're looking for. This is a device for those who are looking for a smartphone on a budget. And I think the core thing that many of these people who are using this type of smartphone, what they're going to do is calling, texting, just watching YouTube, keeping up with the latest news that's going on. And that's really it, nothing too major. And if that's the case, this is a great buy. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I will be working on my full review of the Galaxy A14, so if you want to be sure to check that out, please be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you haven't, also be sure to Superman that like button and share this video because it really does help out the channel a lot, and it does help grow this community of ours. I recently passed 26,000 subscribers, so thank you all so much. And that's it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.